It's apartment 5H with DJ Self. I'm in the building. A lot of times y'all know me from being a DJ and things like that. And today I wanted to talk about a little bit about fashion and about chicks, all different things. I want to talk about a whole bunch of stuff today. I know that coming up in New York City is like Fashion Week or something like that, right?
Yes, New York Fashion Week.
New York Fashion Week. So my man Daniel's in the building. I call you Danny, but people call you Daniel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the people that are close to me call me Danny, so.
Okay, okay. All right. Then my guy Suga J's here.
Salute.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and then Jam. I like to call you Jam, Sneaky Man. You know what I'm saying? Jam is the initials of his name and stuff, but we gonna call him Sneaky Man. You know what I'm saying?
Sneaky Man.
Why you think I call him Sneaky Man, Suge?
Gotta be a creep. He might have been down with the Creep Squad.
He was the original Creep Squad. I always tell him that. The original Creep Squad. Like the blueprint came from him. Like we should all have his a picture on our wall like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people got like Martin Luther King and all that stuff. You gotta push that picture of Jay right there, man. Jay was my good.
Always.
Oh man. All right, so Daniel, right? Explain to me what New York Fashion Week is, because my whole life I've always seen that, and to me, like a person who don't know about fashion that well, it just seemed like a bunch of people just walking up and down the thing, you know, the runway. Yeah, like what's the importance of it and why? Like,
look, I mean, it's important. First of all, we know that New York is the fashion center of not just USA, but to the world.
Okay.
Second thing is that, you know, for a designer like me, we have to keep feeding people with new looks. We cannot just have the same old every year. So how do you bring it out? So, you know, this is like a perfect time, because if you look at these 2 weeks, this is where everything is happening, which means where you got the All-Star, you got the Super Bowl, then you got the Fashion Week, and then also the weather, because this is like we are approaching towards spring. So this has been like a tradition where when you want to launch your new product, when you want the world to know what you're doing, you do it either at this time, or then the second one is in September. But I always felt that this one is the big one.
But what's like the importance of it? Because again, I'm saying to you, me looking at me, it just seems like somebody just walking up and down a runway and people clapping and oh yeah, like why I'm asking what's the importance? Well, maybe you could help me out too, because I see you beefed up.
No. I was gonna help.
Okay.
So years ago, prior to like now, what Fashion Week is now, it was different way back when.
Okay.
Now you would create your line, and then you have buyers there. Right. You wouldn't necessarily have today's Fashion Week is just about just getting press, to be honest.
Okay.
That's how I look at it now.
Right.
You know, and it's moved from different places. You know, it started at the tents in Bryant Park. Now it's over Tribeca. Now it's, I don't know where it is. It's all over the daggone place now. But again, it always was a place where, you know, you would see a designer just show their craziest stuff. Not necessarily to actually sell, but to actually just get press on their line.
Okay.
That's basically what it was about.
Okay, so primarily it was for like buyers, because they say, oh, this is what I want to go buy.
Because again, if you go to a fashion show now, you'll have, you know, your whole press will be on one side, and that's what you want. And then you have the celebrity roll. You know, you invite the celebrities, because again, the celebrity's going to help sell your clothes. And then you'll have a whole bunch of random people. And it actually takes away. So now you get people talking about your line, but then again, you know, I really want somebody to buy it. Right. So we never really have the buyers there anymore.
Well, what you think changed?
It just got to a point where, you know, it's got to a point where, you know, you'd have more people wanting to come, because it was the hottest ticket in town.
Okay.
And then, you know, I know somebody, and all of a sudden now you got 300 people, you know, in the room.
I think what he's saying is, and I agree with it, like when I do it, I never have any buyer in my mind. The buyer is related to the buzz. If you create a buzz, then the buyer is there. I mean, it's more about the exposure to the social media. So let's say that if I have a top-notch celebrity that walks at the end with a coat which is fabulous, and then you got people taking pictures, and then other people taking pictures, and then they're posting, and then they're reposting. Now that code is everywhere. So now you suddenly, It's more about brand awareness, more than anything else at this point. When you have brand awareness, the sales automatically happen. So we don't need to have buyers. Buyers are gonna come.
Right. Years ago, it wasn't social media. There wasn't none of that stuff. So that's why it kind of transformed into that.
Can you tell me and us three here, what is your experience in fashion? Because a lot of times some people may be like, who's this guy over here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
For
like
me?
Yeah, you.
You know what's funny with me? I'm very like you say, you call me sneakyman.com.
Yes. So I mean, I want to tell you guys, right? My relationship with this guy has nothing to do with fashion, and I don't think that him or me have ever said, "Yo, you look fly," or "You look fly," or anything like. We've never talked about fashion at all. So even him coming to my apartment, I know in his mind he's like, "Yo, we talk about something totally different. We ain't talking about nothing."
The king is
the fashion segment, huh? Yeah, like, let me just tell you that, like, me and his relationship has nothing to do with fashion.
And now we are talking about fashion.
You understand what I'm saying? But so the reason why I'm saying that is because I know that a large part of what you contributed to even us here, and I'm using this to your right, a large part of what we do came from you, and maybe these other two don't understand it or know, and that's what, and some people that's out here that's paying attention may not know, and I know the story has been over and over, but I think that in times, sometimes people forget, and you have to remind them ever so much often.
Well, again, for everybody living under a rock, I own a company called FUBU, which is literally the largest urban company, fashion to date, period. $6 billion in sales. Now, I contribute that not necessarily to me and my guys. I contribute to a guy named Carl Kanai, who kind of paved the way for us to know that we could do this as well. So I leave it at that.
So Carl Kanai came first.
Carl Kanai was first.
Okay.
Right. And
so y'all bid off of Carl Kanai?
No, never that.
Okay.
For me, like my fashion sense comes from, I was in the military.
Okay.
So I was in Desert Storm, Desert Shield. So I was flying around and going around all over the country and like that. And then I was just learning. And then we got to remember, we grow up in Queens. We get that we've been very influential. I never say to myself that I had the best designs. I just could say that I marketed the hell out of a brand. I was pretty good at what I did. And what I'm still doing to today, because my brand is totally licensed out. I have everything from scrubs to freaking underwear, socks, hats, shirts, jackets. Everything's licensed out.
Was it hard to do, because a lot of times when you're the first or one of the first people to do stuff, I know that's like a difficult thing to do. So was that hard to come up with this brand? Because we saying brand, and I like the way you use the word brand instead of clothing line. Some people are like, I got a clothing line, and you calling it a brand.
No, well, it takes time to be a brand.
Okay.
I always like, someone else sit down and go, oh, my brand. You just started yesterday. You ain't got no damn brand.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay.
Don't. Like, seriously, be easy. Because you put on social media, you think you get a couple of likes, you think you popping. No. A brand is over time. A brand has extensions. Once you start having extensions and having licenses and be able to sell your name, I make millions off my name, off of FUBU. So that's when you actually have a brand. You let's say ketchup, Heinz, or something like that. That's a brand.
Yes.
Coca-Cola, that's a brand. I do deals with Disney. I do deals with Puma. So.
Well, so again, just for us, because even Daniel, he's telling me, he know about you a little bit, but this is the first time he's even meeting you, and just for people who don't know, like, how did you even come up with the idea? What do you feel your contribution is to fashion? And do I use the word fashion? Do I use the word urban fashion? Like,
well, yeah, back in my days of starting, we just called it fashion. And the industry called it urban fashion because we were black. And I'm like, because I'm black, I'm just making fashion. But now, again, our acronym is for us, by us, so it wasn't really that, you thought it was for us. But it is really for us, right? Because we never had anything that people were making stuff, but it wasn't really to us. Like it didn't fit the way we wanted to fit. It didn't, the colors wasn't the way what we wanted. We just bought it and wore it the way we wanted to wear it. And all of a sudden it changed it up. And then, again, a lot of brands didn't want us to wear their brand because it felt as soon as urban, quote unquote, wears your brand, then all of a sudden, it degrades it, So for me, or for us, I should say, I don't want to just say me because again, I have 3 other partners, Keith, Carl, Damon. We just wanted to be. For me, I just really wanted to be in this business. Like I wanted to be in fashion. I went to FIT. I went to school for this, and I call myself a creative director. And in that respect, like I said, we just wanted something that we could wear, and not, and contribute to us. It's hard for 4 brothers to get together and keep a business.
And not smash each other girl and the
Right. Facts.
So what?
We all got different tastes, so that's why I didn't invite
Okay, this is me. That's why I hang out with Suge. Like me and we totally different tastes.
We ain't got to worry about bumping heads. We all right. We're 2 different lanes. We going straight though.
So now there might be somebody that's sitting right around and figuring out how could I start a clothing line or a fashion line? What's like the first process for someone to do?
Before anything, I just want to say that it's an honor to sit in the company of somebody like him, because I think that these guys were the first ones, and what they did, like he said, that was.
Well, he said he was the second one. You said Clark, and now it was first. You got to rep.
No, to me, I mean, to me, FUBU is.
No, I'm just playing. No, 100%.
Well, to be honest, it's the first one to do what we've
to
done.
get busy. To get busy.
I'm in 4 museums.
Okay. Ooh, talk to him.
And to date though too. And to date.
To get busy. Tell him to get busy. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like you just have to stand out. I mean, let's say, remember when we used to go to those shows in Vegas? As a buyer, I used to go, and you will go to different stores, and you are seeing the same thing over and over again. There's no variation. It's like, nobody's doing any creative thinking. Nobody is being bold enough to take risks. You have to come up with something that people are drawn to. That the minute they look at you, say, wow, this thing is different. That that if to anybody that want to start business, just don't follow the line of what everybody else is doing. Take some risk, and if you fail, That's nice. Failure is good because it makes you.
But how do someone start a fashion? How do you start a clothing line?
I mean, these days, because again, like what he was saying is absolutely right. That I think now these days everything is about social media. You can have one viral video on TikTok with one of your item. And now suddenly
it's through the roof.
This is how it is. Everything has changed totally from how we used to do promotions to where we are now.
I saw you said a Vegas show. I'm thinking you're talking about magic.
Magic.
So
yes.
how important is magic today? Is that important still?
Magic is insignificant now because now it's
okay. So
I have not been to
it's
magic show for the last 15 years. That tells you everything.
A few years back, it was like
nothing. It's
was,
dead.
Oh my God! It was one room.
It's dead.
One large room. It was
same thing with Javits Center.
Yeah.
There used to be no more.
Nothing.
There's no point in going.
So it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
Totally irrelevant.
What made that turn?
I mean, I really don't know. I just think that times change and people want to do something different. I don't, and with Zoom and the like, you don't have to go pay hundreds of $1,000s for or $200,000 or $1 million. Our boost was $1 million. You don't have to do that anymore. I could pick up a call. I could send you my stuff. What I'm creating that season, and you buy and 1, 2, 3. Like the transactions became no more. Do you have to sit and talk to somebody? In that respect. Or they come off there in New York. They come up to the showroom. They buy. Or sometimes too, they don't even have to buy. We just send them what they're supposed to buy.
Yeah.
When you get big, right?
But another thing happened too, because I've been on both sides as a buyer and as a seller. A lot of time I noticed with Magic is that you get a lot of these accounts that are like smaller accounts, but they are there more to party. So they are there. They got a side chick with them. They're having fun. Now they come into the booth and they're placing these orders, but those orders never get through because either they don't have money or they don't get approved by credit.
They don't have no credit.
And they don't get approved by the factor.
Right.
So you going home thinking that you got $200,000 worth of orders, but in reality it's only $30,000.
Right.
And the rest is all
right.
for nothing.
Right. Don't mess around and cut thinking you.
So he knows what I'm saying.
Yeah. You cut it. You make 100,000 pieces.
Yeah.
Because you think you got
You got the
orders,
now you
buy
better
it, right.
Be careful.
yeah, be careful.
So if I'm a young person that has a clothing line or a brand line, is it wise for me to make a big order run and put it everywhere, or make a small order run and just put it in certain stores or exclusively somewhere?
Yeah, I don't think.
That's a good question for you.
Yeah, I think it's not a good idea just to have over inventory. You can make one sample, take a picture, see what's your audience, see what your demographic is. Post one picture, and Peter's gonna pay Paul. If that one sells, then now you can produce off of that. You can say, this is available in 30 days. And now you're getting orders coming in, and now I can produce what people want. So now I'm not just stuck with inventory. I didn't press up 100 shirts, not knowing 100 shirts is gonna be sold. So I can press up one right now on social media. We could take a picture.
Actually, there's a shortcut to that too. The shortcut is, if you can make it happen, then it's like the best way is if you have a good product, right? And if you are able to put it on the right person.
Okay.
Now when they see it on the right person, now you have this coat. I would never forget that when I had designed this coat that I call Mano now, okay?
It's called who?
I named it after Mano.
Okay, Mano.
I called it Mano. So I had made this biker shelling. So I'm looking at this biker shelling and I'm saying that, what can we do to just make it more interesting? All right, so we added some fox over here. I'm still looking and say, what else can we do? Let's do a little fur. So we kept on adding, and now we have this thing that was good. And by chance that day, Mano was in the store, he visited. I put it on him, we made a little video. He made a little video, he was saying, this is ridiculous, this is stupid. And he posted on his Instagram. And I'm driving, I remember I was somewhere up in Bronx and I was going home. And I'm like, all kind of phones, DM, text, messages. My Instagram is going crazy. And one day we gained like about 20,000 followers, and they all wanted that code because they had never seen anything like this. So sometimes I always say that you don't have to have 20 designs. If you have 2 good designs, those 2 designs can just make you just have to have that thing that people look and say, and it was a wow code. And that code, we wrote on that code for 4 years. I kept on changing it. I kept on adding it. I kept on tweaking it. And every year it was.
Can you explain to I guess to us exactly what you do? Because again, I feel like me in the years that I've known you, it seemed like it's evolving. Like, I know you from leathers, and then it's like now it's like, oh, now I'm doing fur coats, and it's so
very well. I mean, I'm so impressed by your observation. Orchard, where I am, they used to have
in New York City.
Yeah, Orchard Street. They used to have 55 leather stores on that street. Okay? We are down to 4. And like when I came to Orchard, these were all like giants that used to sit there. They've been there, made millions, and they have a stronghold on Orchard. I even remember that when we got the first store, because I had no money, so I was trying to be around $1,400, and they gave me this mezzanine level small store, like smaller than this place over here. So I'm trying to put my lights.
I'm trying to get some money to get a bigger house.
So I'm trying to put my lights on. My neighbor who had a big store, he came, don't waste your time. You're going to be out of here in 2 months, because whoever take mezzanine is out of business in 2 months. So he was being sarcastic. And now out of those 55 stores, we are down to 4 stores. I call these people dinosaurs because they refuse to change with times. They got complacent, they got lazy, so there was no effort. So you have to see what is the next wave. So I started with leather, and then I saw that in leather, it looked like it was slowing down. So you have to, as long as you can have the feel, the gut, or the vision to see what is the next thing. And if you can jump on that one next thing, you have a 2 to 3 year window where you can make a lot of money before everybody catches up to that. So yes, we have been evolving. We went from leather to furs. At that time, we were doing minks. From minks, we went into the shearlings. From shearlings, I went back to the fox. And from fox, I'm going into the next thing that I'm not going to tell you. But again, I have to be 2 to 3 years ahead of everybody, because then that thing goes to China. Then that thing goes to Turkey. So the same item that you're selling for 1,500, it starts going down to 12, 11, 10.
Because they bootleg it or they mass
Bootlegging,
produce
the
it.
cheaper version. See, like whatever I make in 2 months, Jordan Craig makes a fake version of it. They copy all my designs, which is fine because somebody wants for 200, they got it. But you just have to be up at night thinking, what is the next thing? How can I just keep that distance bigger and bigger if you want to survive, if you want to make your money.
What is the difference between fox, mink, chinchilla? Because a lot of times, I think from you, I have a fox.
You had a mink from me?
And the mink, yeah, I have.
Yes.
So, and then,
I say the price.
so me saying that, right? Because people be like, people like the fox all the time, and I'm like, well, this mink right here
It is funny. They cannot.
It's different animals
Everybody
and
like the fox,
different skins.
Actually, to me, the funniest thing is, we're talking about chinchilla, right? And of course, we do honest business, but to me, the funniest thing is that somebody would come to my store and look at the chinchilla, and they would say, how much is this? And I would tell them, this is $9,000. And then he said, why my chinchilla is only 1,500, what he's wearing. And I tell him, because it's a rabbit.
That's a rabbit.
Somebody sold you a rabbit.
They sold you a rabbit.
It's a chinchilla.
It might be soft, but it's not a chinchilla.
People lie blatantly and they make a sales not knowing that it's not good. But there are so many people right now in New York City walking around thinking that they have a chinchilla and they have a rabbit.
A rabbit.
Yeah.
But what's the difference though?
Well, chinchilla only come in little pieces, so
They're small.
it's this small.
Animal is
So for me
$100.
to make a chinchilla coat, you have to have a lot of pieces. So that's why it costs so much.
You can literally count, like on a bomber jacket, you put about 70 chinchilla, okay? So you already got $7,000 in skins alone.
In skins.
Then do
It's
your
before the labor.
everything and see where you are.
Foxes, you have more skins, so
Foxes are bigger.
they bigger, they more fluffier, they more fuller.
And my coat that I brought, it has fox in it. So, yeah,
So is it better to get a fox?
No, it's to your liking. It's to your liking.
to your liking. I mean, I'm not a big fan of chinchillas because no matter what you do, that chinchilla will break. So chinchilla is technically for people that have insane amount of money. Okay. So
And it's something that you don't wear often.
I just made one for Zion Williamson. Zion is almost 7 feet tall, right? But he can afford to have a chinchilla. Even if he breaks it, it doesn't matter. But when you are a regular dude, like we are, we're not gonna pay 15 cents. I made for Diddy $30,000. For his video with Young Miami that you can see him. Okay. Yeah, it's Diddy. He can have the luxury to wear it 3-4 times, and then he don't care what happens. So when a regular guy comes, I tell them my advice is not to buy it because it will break.
And I came to you with that deal too.
Yeah.
Remember I showed you that
Yeah,
jacket.
I said that. I'm very fair with this. I tell them don't buy. I will tell them I don't need that kind of money.
Let me ask you, going back to FUBU, in your mind and your eyes, how did FUBU affect white America? Because you're saying for us, by us.
Right. There was times where we would get notes or emails or whatever, or emails or notes. Somebody sent us mail and they'll talk about how a kid tried to wear it. White kid tried to wear it and he got beat up. Or there was times where
Other white
kids, like, what are you doing? That's black. What are you trying to be, black and all that? And that was early on. I think today, it's taken on a whole nother meaning. Because again, for us by is not necessarily just for us buys anymore. Now it's like, a show of power more than a show of support for each other. Because I think that I always looked at it, for me, as support and everyone supporting each other of color. Like I said, now it's kind of different. But I never wanted to tell a white kid he can't wear it. If he wanted to wear it, he wanted to wear it. That's on them. I mean, it would be good for me because then again I'd probably be in $18 billion because it's a small. I don't want to say it's a small market. We're a market where we buy and we purchase a lot, but then again we consume a lot of everything. To be honest, like we the most, when it comes to that. But if I'd have had that too, oh my God! It's like when I say. If I had social media back then,
Oh yeah.
oh my God,
It'd be crazy.
Different ball.
Over the world.
oh my God.
How do you feel? And a lot of times it's like a 50-50 with me. I'm from Brooklyn. So growing up in Brooklyn, we were always polo guys. Polo. And how do you feel now that, you know, me growing up, I see polo and I see the evolving of polo where it's starting to be urban as opposed to when I first fell in love with polo, it wasn't urban, it was like, you know, prestige. How do you feel about, like, I guess the more popular brands, you know, trying to, you know, swoop up and get into that urban?
Well, I mean, that's gonna happen because, you know, we're always gonna be fashionable people.
Okay.
I mean, it's just how we are. Or we're built that way because we want to show. We get a couple of dollars in our pocket. We want to show everything
money,
we got.
show our
That's
wealth.
that's a given. And me, I'm always told everybody I'm a fashion whore. I wear everything, so I don't really have a problem, and I don't really think about it like that. To the effect of, you know, they're trying to kind of reach into what we're doing. Again, I'd like to be my brand next to someone that is of a polo status or of a Gucci status or of a, it goes on and on and on. Like, I like that. I put those two together. I love to be together with them because now you're looking at me like that too.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is,
It's almost like
now,
it's almost like you sitting right now. This is all greatness right here, and I won't be any good if he's not good.
well, me
if
saying
he's
that,
not
the
good.
question I was asking is, I'm using Ralph Lauren for an example. I know me growing up, it was about rugbies and things like that. Now I'm seeing oversized shirts. I'm seeing hoodies, you know, urban looking hoodies, you know, with polo all over. You understand? Polo here. And that wasn't like a polo thing. It seemed like you gearing it toward urban. That's what I mean. So it's like,
Well, it's funny too because sometimes they'll be going more urban and we'll be going more contemporary.
yes,
I would say that I know what you're saying, that I call it more, the phenomena is a crossover phenomena. Because what is happening right now is that the black fashion and the white fashion is almost mingling.
The music.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we see that transformation happening in the last 7 to 8 years. Because remember that even like when you see the fitted jeans and all that, right? That was never a urban thing.
Okay.
And then it,
Well,
you know,
actually
that
it
type,
was. Back
back,
in
yes,
in the
long
70s.
time, yes.
Everything was fitted. Fitted suits.
So
Then it went to
similarly,
baggy with hip hop.
The fitted jackets. Now we are going into so much fitted jackets. Sometimes I get a guy with a big stomach, and I try to tell him, dude.
It sounds like my guy over there. Nah.
So yes, I mean that crossover is happening, but probably I should be very careful with my words. But at the same time, I would say that because I had 3 stores in Alaska, okay, and when I had 3 stores in Alaska, 99.9% of the customers that were coming in was white. All right, so I've never dealt with white customers before, so I did, but with them it's very predictable because they would literally all of them would one design, boom, one design of hat, boom. It's like it's so easy because they are not. Whereas our customers are concerned, because I relate myself to the urban community over here because for 30 years I've been with them. They are all trying to be different from each other. So, you know, one guy do not want to look like the other guy. So they would always say, is anybody else wearing this? Because I don't want to. Whereas with the white customer, you can just keep on giving them the same jacket for the 30 years and you're good. Same design.
Well, Suge, I want to pose this to you. Me and him go back and forth. And I had a small conversation with you earlier, and I was going back and forth with Suge. How do you feel about like the Gaps and things doing collabs like they doing it with Dapper Dan and things like that? Do you think they trying to steal the source, or do you think it's good for people to do the collabs? Like now I'm wearing a collab of Brooklyn Circus, and it's a guy that I know from the nightclubs from back in the days, and now, you know, like the bigger brands, they're doing collabs. How do you feel about that? Like they doing, you know, Gap doing a collab with Dapper Dan.
I felt that was dope. It's dope for Dap. Like, you know, first urban or black man with his name on the Gap.
But then
Hold on.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Hold on. Let me finish. You actually proposed a question.
Because Kanye West was the first.
No,
It was Kanye to the first.
No,
With
he
Gap.
didn't never have his name on it.
Oh,
Gap
it's
never
that, like,
replaced.
He mad.
the
He mad because he from Harlem. He mad because he from Harlem.
But I can go way back. I can go way back to the commercial when the Gap commercial.
And FUBU.
Okay, but y'all not letting me finish about it. See, Queens, Brooklyn. We're on the Harlem side now. Now listen.
We ain't no Harlem.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm feeling the energy. This is the little energy shine is a little bit different.
All right, go ahead.
But GAP, DAP, they never put another person's name on their shirt.
That's true.
So that's where I'm going with it. Gap never replaced their name with another designer. So we give it up to Gap for that. That was different. So now I see, he opened the door for your guy right here that you're wearing now. They never really did collabs like that with us, but they crossing over. Well, we have more of an impact now.
Well,
we have
I'm
more of a
glad I'm
voice.
sitting in this company because I need advice on this too because I'm relatively new on this, and I'm getting bombarded every day by offers of collab, and I'm always afraid that whatever I have, the identity I can lose. So far I have not done any kind of
Collabs.
collab with anyone, but Damon Dash has been. He's a very nice guy, and I told them, I said, I can design something for you, but I don't know how this collab thing works. I mean, it's so difficult to even comprehend that. Then yesterday I had Carl Banks that came to the store, a very nice guy. I mean, I really, really respect him, and he's great. But how do this collab thing works? I mean, I have no clue.
So I've done one with, let's say, Puma. I've done one with Forever 21. I've done one with Century 21. I've done one with Marvel. What else? There's a few.
Fat
others.
Albert.
Well, Fat Albert, that was way back when. I'm talking about this is like this is the
Fat Albert collection was great. Okay, I'm just
Fat Albert. We did so fine. If you want to go backwards, we did the NBA. So for me, I think it's good, but you have to pick the right partner or pick the right company because again, they have to be like we only do things of status. Like I'm not going to necessarily do it with just anybody, and they have to have a name. There's a licensing deal. When it comes to that collaboration,
Lawyers
deal,
and all that.
lawyers and all that stuff. So, what I could probably do is offline. I could hook up. I could maybe get one of my contracts so that you understand and figure out whatever. I mean, of course I'm gonna. At least you can.
You have an understanding.
Yeah, you have an understanding of what, whatever. But we can talk about that offline.
So now, just to refresh our memories, what was the finesse game that FUBU did with the Gap?
So, all right. So it was like
because it was a finesse.
No, it was.
Would you say that? You can say it now. It's like statute of limitations.
Yeah.
You finesse it.
No, it's not. No.
What is how long is the statute of limitations? So
it wasn't even like that. It wasn't even.
So you saying it wasn't a finesse?
No, it wasn't necessarily finesse.
I just wore a hat.
No.
It was like this. He said the company name in there.
He was signed to us. They wanted to do a deal.
They meaning Gap.
Gap wanted to come in. Gap said, "Hey, listen, we need a spokesperson, someone, whatever." LL was the hottest guy there out at the time, but LL was signed to us. So LL said,
signed
"Listen,
to you as far as
he was our spokesman."
Okay, our spokesman.
Right?
Okay, gotcha.
So they were like, "Well, listen, we don't care." He's like, "Well, I have to wear my hat." It's like, "Oh, we don't care, whatever you do." Came in. We was actually.
Did the Gap know it was a FUBU hat?
I didn't even.
Wasn't that a given? Wasn't that a given that it would be a FUBU hat?
No, because at the time, maybe those people.
Again, it didn't matter because LL was that big.
Gotcha.
If you want me, this is what I'm going to do.
This is what I got to wear.
Right. So he figured this is my wardrobe. I'm just wearing white T-shirts and jeans, and I'm throwing a hat on. They didn't know what the hat was. They wasn't thinking about it. But then when he says, in the lyrics, for us bias on the low, that was.
And he said it inside the commercial of a Gap commercial.
Right. So again,
so that was the finesse.
That became not necessarily finesse. It was, bro. If you want me, this is my rules.
So did they know that that's what he was saying?
Of course they didn't know what the fuck we said.
Okay.
Of course they didn't fucking know.
Okay.
And even if they did pay attention, they didn't understand.
They didn't understand.
Okay,
That's right.
It's a code language.
But that was big.
Yeah.
That was big.
So now, to put it in simpler terms, the Gap hired LL Cool J to do a commercial for the Gap. But
It's
and,
Like FUBU commercial.
but why did you commercial?
Okay, so was that planned is the next question. Was that by design?
You know, why
Was
did
that by
the
design
commercial
that it
for
happened?
FUBU, right?
Was it what?
I mean, was that planned that it happened?
The-
That is
the-
a-
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
planned.
it's planned.
Yeah, he's acting like he wasn't playing. That's the finesse. Hello, you know what I'm saying?
It was
So
a
now,
finesse.
I don't know if you ever saw this commercial, right?
No, but
so
very
this commercial,
interesting.
I think it was about jeans or something, like Gap jeans, right? So LL is this white, he rapping and stuff, right? And if you really look at the commercial, it don't seem like it got nothing to do with the jeans. It's all about FUBU. You understand what I'm saying? He got the big
That's
FUBU.
beautiful.
Because Gap, I don't even think at the time even had a logo.
No, they did.
nah,
They did.
always
They
had
did.
logo.
They
They
always
always
had that.
say
They always had that GAP.
But he didn't have no Gap logo in the commercial. If I
No, he
if I
didn't.
go there, right?
He didn't.
So now,
It came up on the screen.
so
Right.
and even if I could remember, he even was like rapping and then did
With
like
the
just with the
hat,
hat. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like,
He said for us, by us, on the low.
yeah, like you understand?
They had no clue.
Yeah, so they had no. So now it's like this big company is paying all this money for
And when they finally found out and got wise to it, they were like, damn. But it did so well, they wound up rerunning it.
it just kept
Yeah,
doing.
because it
kept
created
going.
a big buzz. You
Yeah.
know? Again, it's a
Yeah.
controversy. Controversy is
The
good.
finesse game.
Yeah.
But did
That's
y'all
why I
ever?
said we were the best marketers.
So did y'all ever do a official collab with the Gap?
No, and it's funny. That's why I'm saying I think we should revisit that and do something with them officially. But then I would like to get LL back in just on some nostalgic stuff. But maybe we'll figure that out.
fire.
You know, it's,
Like, he
it's interesting that
refound himself
you
too.
brought LL because only last week I made a beautiful chinchilla for him, by the way.
Hmm.
So, LL, good too.
So, Suge, now you're in the cut and sew business or in custom business.
Custom business.
Okay, so explain that.
Well, custom, I started in 2012. Shout out to my mentors. I came up under 5001 Flavors. They was responsible for a lot of things that you saw Biggie Smalls was wearing. All the leather outfits, LL, Puff
Every
Daddy.
video- every
every
video
video,
on the band.
everything that had to do with the 90s, from Heavy D
Are you?
to Rick Ross, now to DJ Khaled. That's the umbrella I come from.
Nice.
So I grew up under custom, Dapper Dan, this, dare to be different. So with custom, it's one-to-one, not to look like others. I never wanted to go on the rack or go on an event or red carpet who wore it best. That's everyone looking alike. I would always want to be different when I step in something. So I call it billboard wear. That's what I created for Members Club. It's when you go in the room, you own in the room. Who are you? What do you do? That's the first thing they want to know. You look different. As soon as you came in, you said, I like your style.
Yep.
You never
I
saw it.
noticed it,
It's
yeah.
not off the rack.
I noticed it.
It's custom, but it was a lane for that. I saw that I wanted to do for that. I never wanted to look like anyone else. I wanted to be different. So
That's
I said,
what fashion is.
yeah, that's what fashion is. It's there to be different. It's loud, it's bold.
Who are some of your clients?
I used my peers at first when I first started, from Busta Rhymes to Puff Daddy to Fabulous to Nelly to Mace.
Well, we have the same
I saw.
people,
I
right?
think
That's amazing.
I remember seeing on your social media that I know they had the Three-Headed Monster concert at the Apollo recently.
Yeah, shout out to
with
Cameron,
Yeah.
Jada Kiss. So
So that thing you did for Cameron.
for Cameron, yes, that's shout out to Cam. Cam is an official member of Members Club. He reps it. He reps it hard. Shout out to the whole set. So we're responsible for the culture as well, but it's just custom. Artists wanted something that no one has. And I said, I'm going to create a lane for that. It's a one-to-one where I could go in anywhere, and I could look left and look right, and no one is dressing like me. I don't care how much you might have paid for that designer.
Yeah.
But when I step in this room, no one is gonna have this on. So I said, I'm gonna start a custom clothing line. And that's the umbrella I come from. But it's different. And to this day, you're gonna pay like you weigh, because it costs to look different.
Correct.
Because it's not for everybody.
Then do you do the same thing with your coats?
Absolutely. I mean, that's like you said, I can totally relate to that. It's funny because one day I had designed this new bubble jacket, and Meek got it, and he was supposed to post and tag, and then I see the post, but I don't see the tag. So I called him. I said, "What's up?" He said, I don't want no one to have it. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't, once they, I don't really care for the postal tag. I want you to pay. Like at the end of the
see,
day.
that's where we are different. For me,
Yeah, I know, but you need it. Yeah, well, not saying you need it, but it helps your business.
Yeah.
But for me, for custom,
it's like,
it's a little bit different. And I learned they respect it more when they pay.
that is true.
They gonna anything given get thrown away, or it's nothing special about it. But when I pay it, I'm gonna wear it. When I pay for something, I'm gonna wear it proudly. But I started off when I first started to build my clientele. Of course, I'm putting this artist in this, putting this artist in that, draw the following.
Yeah.
And everyone else pays.
And then you do, yeah.
Yeah.
We all have different business models. I'm trying to sell 1 million of.
The same thing.
That's where I come from.
Yeah, we're all different in that respect, absolutely.
The same thing.
Because I keep my production very minimum. I always want them to be thirsty. So we just have a very, it's like if you call this, you have to wait 8 weeks or 10 weeks to get your code. So we operate in a different way, no quantity.
How do you find distribution for your clothing line? Like, let's say, I notably I know it's like a clothing line called Lifestyle. I see it a lot. A lot of my friends wear it. I have outside my apartment, I have a sneaker store. It's called One Off. And a lot of people come, like gallery department, different things. How do you find a distributor? Like to put them in stores, or you the actual person with your book bag and like, yo,
Well, no, there's salesmen that go out and do that. You may have a salesman, a regional salesman. You may have someone that, or you may just go out there and do it your own. I mean, I know when I first started, day one, we would just go to the store and sell on a consignment. Basic consignment is if I put it in the store and if it sells,
Then you pay.
then I pay. I pay. I don't get the money up front and there's no credit, none of that involved. But I'm a little spoiled because we had Samsung as our distributor.
Samsung's the electronic
company. Yeah, they have a textile
How do you
division.
even get that?
They have a textile division.
That's relationships.
That's relationships.
That's relationships.
That made it very easy.
So I would, like I said, I was spoiled. So I had one of the largest. I was everywhere in one shot. So
When you say textile, what is that?
they have textiles is this. Textiles is this. Textiles is fabric. Actual,
fabric, okay.
Whatever that. That's the textiles.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's.
You knew that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
You said you knew that. It's the fashion segment.
He got very lucky with this, but normally the protocol is still, let's say right now I'm dealing with Pele Pele. So Pele Pele, David Albaum is the one that, like I said, there are regions, there's Northeast and all that. So they have their own Rolodex where they have a whole list of all the stores. They know what item they buy. So normally you hire one of those guys, they take salary and they take some commission, but they already have their contacts in every city and state. And then they call those people and say, I have this brand and I want to show you this brand. So that's like a old school classic way of marketing these products.
Right.
That's how it's done.
See, I'm learning, also like even with all this stuff, it's just weird, that these stories that you guys are saying is not, embedded all the time. And I know with you, like you may feel like, you've said this plenty of times and different things like that. I just think that the newer generation don't understand.
Well, they got it easy. They got it like, a lot of them, all they do is go online and Alibaba and then
That's it.
get 200 shirts and get them printed and keep them moving. And all of a sudden,
You got a clothing line.
you saying you got a clothing line. I'm like, okay.
It takes time though. It's not that easy. But
Yeah.
Has there
years
ever
in the
been a
making.
time where you or your partners had to fly to China?
Bro, I'm on my third passport.
Okay.
I'm always flying overseas. Go there and look around, or I have to go to all the manufacturers and sit. And it's not glorious. It ain't like, wow, oh yeah.
It sounds glamorous,
It's
but it's not.
And here's okay. So what you do before, like, you want to create your line, because I'm also the creative director, and you go overseas. Now imagine somebody saying, all right, you know what, go overseas and go to stores and buy. You got this amount of budget, go buy it. You're basically buying the line. You're buying your ideas, right? You mean you waking up at 9, you're going out, you're walking all day buying stuff. You think it's fun. Bro, that's work. You know what I'm saying?
But when you love what you do, you have to love it.
Right,
you have to love it. But they don't see that part.
From the outside and looking in, you like, what do you mean? I'm gonna go shop. Yeah, I love that.
But no, when you're looking at your fabric sourcing and you're saying nothing but rolls of fabric, you have to have a vision for that, though. What I'm gonna do with this? What I'm gonna do with that? What are you looking for? What you trying to do?
Because each of us, I can tell you right now, and I know I have the talent, and I know that they have the talent. I can create a line off of this bottle, and this and this right there.
What you mean?
Right now, I can see a line, inspiration for using this and this, and create.
You see, totally, he's right about that, and also you have to realize that what he sees, other people in the room cannot see.
It's
So
the gift.
to give you an example, even people say Alibaba, yeah, absolutely right, Alibaba. But when you go on Alibaba and you see, let's say you're looking for a fox vest, okay, and you look at 100 designer fox vests, right? Out of those 100 designs, there's one which is good, and there are 80 that are shitty. All right. So if you buy the wrong one, and you do make the mistake 2 times or 3 times, you're done.
So people go to Alibaba and then they just slap their own logo or something on there?
Exactly. But the question is that do you have that eye to see and say, wait a minute,
which
I
one
have
is
a winner
right?
over here? So that's what makes, even for who is successful today and who's not successful today, it's like what he said, that what he sees, that's his gift.
Yeah.
Is it easier or cheaper to do it that way, or go and find your own fabric? And
you go. No, you go.
You all can answer this thing, but go ahead.
But it's my lane. But it's of course it's cheaper and easier to slap a logo on a blank.
Would that work?
But a lot of people don't have vision to look at fabric, look at prints, look at salads put together like this. I made this. This is my brand. I match patterns. How many people is gonna think of matching putting patterns together?
And flow together.
Yeah,
and flow together. People wouldn't even see this. So now I had to go purchase the black, the green, the pink. Now I'm purchasing these things and I'm designing it as I.
He made it look easy.
Wait,
he made it look easy, but it's not easy.
Down to the zipper.
Down to the zipper, to the silver zipper.
You think if this color right here, if he puts a different color, nobody would like it.
Right, nobody like it.
What you're seeing, it looks simple.
It looks simple,
but it's not.
No.
But who's gonna think about putting all these patterns together and make this?
And how do the colors coordinate with each other?
Coordinate, right.
Coordination is so
put this
important.
together.
This is very important.
And it's not for everyone to see, but I create when I see fabric. Like I'm like a kid in a candy store.
And that's his gift.
Right.
Like this is I get to create, and I love it when I see different fabrics, and I'm out fabric shopping every day. As soon as I see this, I know what I'm gonna make with this. If I'm gonna make a suit with this, I'm gonna make a motorcycle. I can do a mean cashmere sweatsuit out of this. I can do a baseball out of this. I'm gonna put leather. I'm gonna put fox with it. I create as I see fabric. Like that's my.
And
joy,
we all have
get
that same thing.
It's
So we
different
can relate
levels
to that,
to
yeah.
it.
So do you think it mess up the clothing culture by people just getting a blank Alibaba?
No, it's
not gonna work. It's not gonna work though.
But some things it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Into manufacturing, you have to know grading, you have to know patterns, whatever. You know what I mean? And
Like you
sometimes
said, pattern
have
and
to
grading
go-
so important.
And no, but beyond that, it's not even just that. So you can make something in my business more so, or my business model. You can make something and go, wow, that's hot. Oh my God, I love it. But you can't sell it.
Right.
100%
You gotta know
right.
your audience.
100%.
Can't sell
Look,
it.
I mean, sometimes let's
But why you can't sell it?
Maybe it's
Could be
price.
so many things wrong,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe the fabric is like people don't really want that. Like it's a number of things.
No, I'll tell you another thing. Like, sometimes let's say we have a Fox coat that we are selling for 1,200, right? I get a DM, but I can get it for 600 from Alibaba.
We'll get it.
All right, let's go ahead and get it, okay? So
This
then
is
I
not
get
for
a
you.
phone call after a month. Oh, I bought this coat. The sleeves are over here. The back is too big. The armhole is tight.
You get
The
what you pay
alteration
for.
is like $800 on a coat that you have paid 600. So yeah, you got the coat and you got the price you wanted.
but now you're paying
But you're
double
never
now.
gonna wear it because it's just everything is wrong about it.
It's trial and error, but now you're still gonna come back.
Oh,
and the
it's gonna
same
go back.
1200
How are you
I
gonna
told
come
you-
back?
Yeah, no, the same
It's not
1200.
gonna go back to China.
Now you go come back and spend this 12, and you done
fix
invested
it.
8 over
We
there.
go through
So
that
now
all
you
the time.
over.
It's all a learning curve because I remember the first sweatshirt I made in a manufacturer in New York. it was this wide, and the sleeve
Yeah,
was off
there you go.
because I didn't give the right measurements.
yeah.
Because what we call a tech pack in my business, I didn't fill it out totally properly. I didn't fill it properly. You know, I missed I don't know what I forgot what I did wrong, but long story short, I did it wrong. And look, that's a sample. That's what you gave me.
Yeah.
So you have to learn.
Okay.
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Wow.
It's self. You
Long
can't go to
story,
school.
it's not
You
that
can go to
simple.
school,
No,
but
I
it's
went to
self-experience.
FIT.
You went to FIT, but it's certain things. It has to be within as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's the instinct.
Looks like, I mean, 80% of our business right now, right, is out of town. And we only do it by height and weight. I can show you a picture of a basketball player today, very famous. And they had just given me his height and weight, and we had 2 days to make this coat. And she sent me a picture. She said, I can't believe that you guys got it perfect just by height and weight. Not everyone can do that.
We can make it off a picture.
Yeah,
Like
off
we
a
have
picture.
so many
Just by
patterns.
somebody.
Not to cut you off, so many patterns for so many clients
Yeah, I was
that we've done.
6'11" and 280 pounds.
It's talent.
How do all of you feel about like people always want to wear like these designers? So when I say designers, like the Louis, the Gucci, the Balenciaga, and these people who own these companies are not really, touching, I guess us. How do you feel about everybody like wearing those things?
First thing I would say, if you had seen my interview on Good Day New York, I brought this thing up.
Talk your
because,
stuff. Go ahead. Hello.
because,
Okay.
the first thing that I said, because they asked me about my philanthropy that I do, because every year we go to these communities and we do.
This is water too, just in case. No alcohol or anything in there. Don't worry
1,000 to
about it. You're
1,500
good.
coats that we donate.
No Branson.
So my problem is that, when I see Louis Vuitton, Prada, these people never go to our communities.
At
would
all.
never- And, they're taking all this money from us. It's not, if a small, tiny little store like mine can do 1,000 to 1,500 coats a year, per year we do that. I think that it's a shame that we spend so much money on this. And basically you take that name out, that is not an $800 hoodie at all. You're just paying, because we always talk about it in our business, like a Louis Vuitton leather jacket would be like $5,000, that's it.
But
The best leather in the world is about $10 a square foot, okay? And it takes 50 square foot to make a leather jacket. So this $500 worth of raw material there, add another 100 or 200 max for making $700. What am I paying the other $4,300 for? I want to know.
you're paying for the name.
Pay for marketing.
So you're trying to say, okay, I spent $5,000, even though it's not something worth $5,000, so I can show everybody that I spent $5,000.
So we just learned something today. It's no coat, no leather coat that's more than $500-$700.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't know.
We learned something today.
Listen, when you cut,
No, but you're doing custom.
yeah, I
That's
know
different.
custom, but it's levels. It's
Custom
different.
is
It's
totally
totally different
different.
now. Don't listen. Custom is totally different.
We are talking about the mass production that they do.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. Now explain it the right way.
He knows what I'm saying. When they are making 1,000 pieces, your production cost comes down so much.
goes down.
When he's making one piece, it takes him 2, 3, 4 days to make that piece. He's charging for his labor and his skill because he's making it specifically for one person.
For one
That's
person.
different for 10,000 pieces.
We're not
that you're
making
that somebody else is making.
30 jackets.
Yeah,
I have an overhead. I have workers
a
to
lot of
pay
things.
weekly, and we
But his
in the
piece is only
States.
his
So what do you say to that to the consumer that's like, that's not my problem? Like, this is
Well, it's, if you can't afford, it's not for you.
And do you want to look different, or
You want to own your look or not?
You want to go
It's
in the,
cool.
You want to go in the F train,
But you
pay
want
$700
you
for
want but you
Macari,
want
and you got 90 people in that train wearing the
the
Macari.
Macash.
you go.
there to be different, but it costs to look like the artist. You want to look like the artist. You want to look like the celebrities. You want what they want, right? You have to pay like you want.
I have heard so
But-
many stories where they said that, dude,
But-
I had your coat on and I was outside in the club lane. They moved me in the front. They said, go in. I went in and everybody was looking at me like a celebrity. That's what we do. That's what we bring to the table. That you walk in, like when you were talking about it, I thought that it's like I am talking because we can relate to this so much. Every day when we get those messages that I cannot believe how people were taking my picture.
You're a
cannot get that-
superstar.
You cannot get that with a Louis Vuitton or a Prada or any of those. Not gonna happen.
So, well, the closest to fashion I am is, again,
Polo.
I went low. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the polo guy, right? And I guess out of all of us here, you may have an opinion on this. Is like the big thing in polo is like boosting and stealing. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so how does that affect FUBU?
I remember years ago.
Are you for that culture, the boosting culture?
Hell no. But funny. This is true story. I actually wasn't there. I got it secondhand. So my guys, we were getting bootlegs a lot. So we went down to 46th Street. You know where
The bootleg places.
All the
so we
buildings.
had fired some cops. They went down there, and we were gonna go just confiscate all this stuff. So long story short, one of the guys was there, called himself. There was watches. He wound up taking a watch. One of the other guys saw him. I want to say, I don't know technically the word. I don't want to say Arab or whatever. There must be some
Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern. Let's say Middle Eastern. Guys saw him, and all hell broke loose. Literally, they had guns drawn out because they were about to get, said Allah. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Allah
And
Akbar.
Allah, but they didn't care. Like they were about to kill these guys, and the other cops came and they got out and whatever. Long story short, one of my guys got into a fight and whatever, came home like a little messed up. But after that incident, I looked at bootlegging as a form of flattery, because if they're not bootlegging you, then you're not worth it.
Right.
So after that, the incident, like I said, I just looked at bootleg and I don't care.
I go through that a lot when I see my design getting butchered. But it's like you said that it's also a sign of your success.
Yeah,
That your design is being copied all the way from China to all over Europe.
it's inspiration. What we do, we create to inspire the world. So it happens.
Right.
That means I'm doing my job. I done saw so many majors take pieces that I made, and now they making millions off of it. But I just said I'm doing something right.
And also it can hurt him financially, but for us it's a different story because they do want to buy from us. So it's not just about the design itself, but you were working on such a big scale that your game was different. So so probably they were bootlegging thousands of your.
Now I hate it if you bootleg it and you make it cheap, super
most
cheap, and it
bootlegs
doesn't.
are cheap.
No, that's no. No.
Do dead time.
No.
It looked like they using their same factories. They using their same material and everything now.
Because I know I heard sometimes, like, let's say like Nike had a factory in some country and then they shut it down and then somebody else bought it and all the machines and stuff is there.
Well, that could happen. That could happen. Now, the only company that you cannot bootleg is Kuji, which we own, and because there's only 2 machines in the world that can make that knit.
Really? So they cannot come up to that, huh?
Can't do that.
Great.
You can try it, imitate, but
That's
you
too hard.
can't get close.
You have to have a machine.
Can't get close.
Somebody just made a special machine
There's a special machine to knit that. There's only 2 in the world.
Wow.
Incredible.
and they both from the same.
It was the same place,
Same-
same company.
Still have access?
I want to sell the Kuji sweaters, so
Yeah.
I would love to have them in my store, by the way. So.
You want Kuji?
Oh, absolutely.
I got you, baby. Hello.
But see, there's another form of bootlegging because what happens is that let's say if it's a company like Pele Pele, right? And Pele Pele is making it in China, and they order 500 coats of a design. But if the company goes and instead of 500 make
They
a
make
1,000,
1,000.
and those 500 come back to USA.
That's what they most
So
of them
this
do,
is
even
what
with Louis and everything else.
Well, too, on the scale where I do stuff, I can mess around and I could have some stuff that didn't sell. Let's just say I did whatever and that didn't sell. Then I'm gonna discount it and I send it to the discounters. And a lot of times you see it in a discounter, you see it different places, or somebody may not necessarily bootleg it, they'll take it and divert it. Now, diverting is, I buy, you got a store, I buy the bulk of the line, right? And then I sell it to you on the side. You can't get it count, but now I gave it to you and I gave it to you, I gave it to you. Yeah.
It's backdoor.
Well, I wasn't talking about bootleg. I was talking about boosting.
Boosting, yeah.
Boosting. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that ain't
Boosting.
I don't have a store.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do that affect, say for instance?
No, actually it doesn't.
Oh, don't.
Actually, it helps me.
Yeah, because
Because if people are trying to steal it, they're gonna want more in it.
more sales. Yeah. No, that's no problem for any of us, I think, right? Yeah.
So boosting is good. Shout to the boosters out there. Oh,
That was the low era, man.
Yeah,
It didn't really affect us.
So that we helped manufacture the line, the new line for that. What's it called? Forget the name right now. Low.
Polo?
Not Polo, but the other one.
You better know. I don't know.
A polo line?
Not Polo. It's low something. I messed it up. Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
That's his world. He should know. Now that's good. Put him on the spot because he says he has every low.
Low something.
But is it anything under polo?
It's
under
Low
polo.
life?
Low life. Yeah.
Oh, that's like a crew,
Okay,
right?
low life, low life. Low life, I got low life.
Yeah, low life. Yeah.
Okay, low life, double low.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Wait. Hold on.
Low life. Yeah, because so the low lives, every the end of January, they all come together and show off their polo in Times Square. It's very big. It's very, very big. It's like 2,000 to 4,000 people in the middle of Times Square.
A cult following.
Yeah, like all wearing polo. They do it twice. They do it in the winter and then the summer they have a barbecue. I've never been to the barbecue part, but I went to Times Square. I've been there.
Nice.
I definitely been there. Yeah.
That was interesting for sure.
Yeah. How long you been in the business?
I opened my first store in 1992.
92.
So we got the same year.
Yeah, because I remember, and this is my first memory of Daniel is I wanted a leather bomber. For some reason, I was like, yo, I want a leather bomber. And I was searching around, and a friend of mine, DJ Superstar J, and was like, he's like, yo, I'm telling you, my man, you got all the stuff. And I don't know if you know Superstar J. He's from Queens too, Northside Queens. Very aggressive, very, yo, you need to come see him now. You know what I'm saying? Better come see him now, yo, hurry up right now, like that. So I came, and then I think every time I go to him, I go for one coat and wind up getting 2 or 3 coats.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Did you have a store in Green Acres?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I used to sell to somebody there.
Okay.
But you used to have a store in Delancey.
Of course, we still have it.
They still do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wound up buying a black and a blue bomber.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I wound up buying a black and a blue. Then in recent times, I think I came for
Then you got the fox. Then you
a
got
fox.
the
Yeah,
mink.
I wound up getting a fox and a fox, a mink, and a shearling.
Start getting money. Yeah, the check clear. The bank is
A
open.
fox, a mink, and a shearling. Yeah.
I'm proud of
I
the
think I
fact
was
that
with you that time.
Yeah, I went to get one coat and stuff like that. How did you become who you are in recent times? Because again, the time with the bomber was a while ago. Then I feel like it was a little, and then I'm just saying me, it's a little bit quiet. Then it's like now it's like the new generation. Everybody's talking about Daniel's level, Daniel.
First, I will tell you a funny story because you talked about the bomber. So one evening, it was just me and one more guy, and we are in the store about to close. And I was not too much aware of the hip hop world, as you know. I mean, I'm from a different country. I got my education. Of course, it took me time to learn a lot, and still I don't know as much as obviously you guys are born over here. So this guy walked in and very simple, but even very simple clothing and everything, but it looked like he is somebody just because of the way. And he also wanted the same bomber that you got, right? And at that time, because I had just designed it, so when you just design it, you can charge whatever. So $1,700. You paid a lot less than that, but I charged it last sale. And then he pulls out a black American Express card. I'm looking at the name, Nasir Jones. And I'm like, he's somebody, but I didn't know at that time. So that was my first encounter with Nas, and obviously after that, we became my go-to guy. But it's amazing that how that bubble jacket made a friend with you, and it made also a friend.
Yeah, it's a leather bomber. I think at the time you couldn't find them anywhere.
What was it? The V bomber?
V bomber, yeah.
V-bomber.
Like you said, it was very hard to find, and again, you can charge premium when you have done that. All right, so I just wanted to bring that up because you said the V bomber. And what was your other question?
What's the what was your strategy now
Oh
to
yeah.
attack these new, what you call it? Because Jay, I don't know, like this guy is hot right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you understand?
I look at my, I mean, and still I don't understand. Like I was looking at my Instagram about 3 weeks ago, and it says 3 million accounts reached in the last 30 days. And obviously out of them, because our actual followers are about 300,000, so you got 2.7 million people
It's just
on
watching.
top of that who
Once
are
you
just
reach it,
watching
right,
it, which is, you know, like an insane kind of number. But I think it is all about a grassroots and organic. It's like whenever somebody comes to the store, they want to do like a little video, then their video get tagged by other, and then some videos are so funny and some are, but they're all authentic. There is nothing staged. There is nothing. So it's like sometimes even when somebody come and they say, "What do you want us to say?" Tell them I'm just gonna turn the camera. My girl is gonna, and whatever is happening is happening. But
let it
people
be.
like that authenticity.
Well, this is the world of content. So your place has become the place to create content.
They want to come.
Right.
All day long. We get messages from all.
I'm scared to call Daniel because I'm like, all right, I'm seeing basketball players. I'm seeing, I don't know, what's the boxer?
You made one phone call 20 minutes before, and I'm here, right?
Yeah, he's
So for you, I'll
absolutely
go
right.
anywhere, so
You're
don't-
right. He is right. But you know,
I
sometimes
left
you see your
everything
friends
I
and you
can
like,
say nothing.
dang, yo, he would, you know, what's the Mayweather and
left the whole store packed with
KD,
models to
and I'm
come to
like,
see
dang,
him.
he got Nas there. Like, you know, I'm like, he don't give a fuck about me no more, God. It's over. It's over for me. That plug gone.
That's love. He's here. He's here with us. That's
Yo,
love.
that plug is gone, kid. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so old school that, you know, the people that have been with you from the beginning, those are your true friends. Of course, when you are where I am right now, everybody want to be your friend. That, you know, it's like they say, "Oh, come, let's go. I have basketball seats at the corner." You know, I get invited all the time, but you would never see me go anywhere. I just don't go. I don't go to parties. I don't go any event, nothing at all. Unless if it's a charity event, then I will come. Or if a friend calls me, then I'm there. So I'm always gonna be that person because I think that humility is very important and loyalty is very important.
True.
So I have high regard for him because he was with me from the very beginning. So to me, it's like I get literally in the last 20 days, I have had about 400 celebrities that are saying that they want to come to the show. You know, either to walk or to sit down in the VIP section. Ask him how many times I called him saying, "Are
Plenty
you
of times.
coming or not?"
Yo, you coming. But again, like, you know, I guess, you know, when you see the people here around, like, he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm
So
saying?
obviously
Like,
you're wrong about that, right?
they're like, yo, come on. Like,
Yeah,
you next to
because-
Floyd Mayweather, God. You know what I'm saying? What you worry about me for? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like
I'm
that.
not like that. I would never be like that. I'm
Yeah,
not that person.
you're right. So, Suge, you did some things for Nelly. I saw it was a big like concert or something like that, right? Like, with the jerseys,
I think Lovers and Friends tour.
Lovers and Friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you get a relationship with Nelly?
Well, I come from the music world, if a lot of people don't know.
And I don't know if you saw Suge on the Genius documentary for Kanye West.
Nice.
No, I didn't see
Yeah, he was on that. It was like the first one, a young Suge.
It was
a
a,
hit record now too.
Yeah, he just got music. too.
we in the fashion segment. We don't get it, but
I didn't want to get into your sneaky man ways. I didn't want to mess up, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to mess up your flow. I know what you got going on, but I'm listening.
the relationship with Nelly, I come from the music world. I was in a group called Harlem World, which was with Mace Group. And after Harlem World, I kind of went behind the scene and was working with the production company. And that signed Nelly to the production company. So we always had a relationship. That was always my guy. And we kept it like that. So at the time, even when I started a line, everyone was doing music. So I said, I'm gonna fall back from music. It's oversaturated. But I'm gonna still use my client, my peers to put them in clothing now. Everybody shopping music, shopping beats, shopping songwriters. I said, I'm gonna start a line. And that's how I started just using my peers as my marketing from Nelly on, and then to this day. And now he's a friend of mine and a client. So, we did dressing for Lover Friends. Anytime you need anything custom, like for his shows and award shows. So the relationship is still there outside of the personal thing. And they come back and still support, though. So shout out to Nelly, though, too.
Who was somebody that walked in your shop that you were surprised?
Me? Honestly, I mean, the people that come are the people that I expect to come. But I have a lot of funny stories to tell for sure. So,
Well, tell me one.
so without mentioning the name,
That's up to you.
see, somebody,
R. Kelly came to you.
somebody extremely famous came back around the first week of December, and with a whole group, and he bought like 24 furs. So after buying that 24 furs, he said that he was sitting in his car. So as a courtesy, I just went to say goodbye. So he told me, he said, "Tell me something honestly. Has anybody ever bought 24 furs from you in one shot?" I told him no. I mean, as far as the retail is concerned, I mean, wholesale, of course, is a different story. But no, people don't buy 24 furs in one shot. So
I thought I was doing. I did 3.
Somebody huge, yeah. I don't know if you would want me to mention the name, but
No, that's up to you.
Right.
that was Rick Ross.
Oh, Rick Ross. Okay. Rose. Rose got that brand. Yeah, he do.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, whenever he comes to the store, it's just a whole different vibe. So
Wow.
very good too.
And he got that big ass house from
Oh yeah, that's
from Holyfield. So he got a place to put him.
Yeah, right. He got some brand. Right?
There's a lot of land in that house.
Right, he got to fill a house with something.
With something.
I mean, it will be a very interesting book to write if I keep on taking notes, because what we have seen, what we go through, it's just amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's what's up. How did you feel about Damon being on like Shark Tank and being like this celebrity?
Oh no, I was proud of the man. I mean,
How's your relationship too?
nah, we cool. I mean, we don't speak often because I'm doing what I'm doing. He's doing what he's doing.
You ever smash one of his old chicks? I know he married now.
Nah.
Y'all never tag team with
Nah,
chick?
we don't like the
Just
same
that
kind of
segment.
women.
Okay, you did say that. You don't
We
like
don't like
the
the
same
same
kind. You
kind
did
of
say
women.
that.
So,
Okay.
well, we don't prefer the same kind of. I don't say we don't like.
Understood.
That sounds a little harsh.
But how did you like when the first time you saw him on TV? Like, oh, that's my guy, man. Like,
Well, I mean, again, like I said, it was a time when the company wasn't really doing as much in sales.
okay.
So, it popped up, and the position popped up for him, and they actually asked me and said, "Hey, listen, this is going to really change my life. I don't know if I should do it." And I'm like, "Bro, you wildin'. Go do it. It's going to take away from the company, and bro, if you have an opportunity to do something, bro, I'm all for you. Just go ahead." And he went off, and what they've been on, 8 seasons, 9 seasons?
Long, yeah, because every
9, 10
that
seasons,
seemed like the
something
only channel that worked. And when I'm in other cities in the hotel,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shark Tank, that's the only thing that worked. I'm
But
like,
it's syndicated, so it's on different.
okay, yeah, 'cause it seemed like that's the
CNBC
only
or
thing that
whatever.
worked. Like I'm like, I have no choice, but
But
so
yeah,
like,
I'm
I know
proud.
every deal.
Listen, I'm not a hater, and I'm not a type of guy that that I want everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not around, we're not winning. What we doing? Something wrong.
Do you 4 guys ever hang out and like like let's say it's like, yo, you know what, we're gonna try to get together twice a year, 3 times a year?
Nah. I'm not anymore. I mean, maybe years ago. Now we grown, man. We old. All 3 of my guys are married. I'm not married.
Okay.
So
Still creep.
You don't say.
still creeping. So and no kids either. So
Could have bet that one.
they got kids, they got families. I don't have me. I don't have none of that. So it's just a
You don't want to be married, anything like that.
I don't want to say I don't want to be. I just I work so much. I have the network now. I have FUBU. I got some other stuff I'm doing as well. And I always look at each of my business, each things that I'm doing, and going, once I get it to here, then I'll settle down. Once I get it to here, and I keep moving the goalposts, I'm moving the goalposts.
You will never settle down.
Right.
Well, let me tell you something on Danny, right? So as I switch gears to what me and his relationship is really about, you understand what I'm saying? So and it was a point in time. I'm not saying now. You understand? So this is statute of limitation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm tattletelling on him
Long
because
time
it was a long time ago. You understand? The finest of women, I always saw Jay with. Also, the places that you would normally see him at, he would be there by himself, no security, anything like that, with a fancy car. It's like, what do you have this $200,000, whatever $1,000 car? in this place.
In this place.
In this place.
At his stature.
Yeah, at his stature. You understand? But most of the time, it seemed like he was chasing a girl, or we call it sniping. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, super sniper. So I used to call him Sneaky Man.
That's
you
right.
understand what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I was like trying to figure out
Yeah,
what.
I just call him Sneaky
Now we
Man.
know why.
Right? So the reason why I came up with Sneaky Man, because I felt like he was sneaky, and a lot of times I am, as a DJ, I know that I don't want to blow him up as far as him being somewhere. So you say somebody's name, you know they're in the building. But if you come up with a nickname,
Then nobody knows.
then
Right. It's so
he
in
knows.
between.
I acknowledge him.
Nobody knows. Only DJs know.
Yeah, so he knows.
That's
he
a little
knows
cold.
I'm acknowledging him, but
Right.
I don't want the world
To know
or
what
the
is
club
going
to
on. That's
know
good. That's
that I'm acknowledging him
But here's
because I know he's on the prowl.
See, that's the question though, because no matter how big he was and how famous he was, because now we are going back in time, right? How many people knew him by his face that he is FUBU? That's because
No, they did
today
know.
would have been very they knew. They knew.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they knew. They definitely
Oh,
knew.
then this is
Yeah, they definitely knew.
And he never strayed away from just like going to Hollywood parties. You'll see him in a regular weekly
Here,
party.
like, you know, top to bottom.
He did it all.
Top to bottom.
He did it all.
Top to bottom.
No matter what.
Out of the
We
four,
see him.
I would say top to bottom. Out of the four, Jay def 100%.
Yes.
You know, out of the, you know, and
tapped
there's
in
no,
it.
it's not saying that the rest of them didn't or no, nothing like that. But Jay was the
Certainly was
one.
in places where, what are you doing here? Especially by yourself. I'm having a great time.
no, that takes a lot of balls.
Yes, it does. Like, yeah, what?
It was tapped in. And,
Yes.
and at the end of the day, you know what's going on. Like it's inspiration as well. Like you don't get lost.
Right.
You
Because I
don't
gotta
get
look.
lost.
I gotta
and
see
You gotta
what's
see.
going on, what's
Yeah,
new,
this is
what's
part of our
popping,
lifestyle.
what's
What's
the
to
next-
come?
what's the next thing?
Yeah. You have to.
You got to be in
out
the
of
mix.
sight, out of mind.
Right.
I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, me too, Evan.
Then
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Dak, this guy, you know, his stature's a little bit more than mine. He's gonna take the girls that I like.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
like,
no
damn,
chance.
why is he here? You understand what I'm saying?
I caught him a few times up the West Side Highway. I caught him in Harlem about 4 or 5 in the morning.
I don't know
Jay,
if I
what
ever
you
caught
doing?
him.
What you
I
doing
don't
up
know
here?
if I ever
But no,
caught him in
I'm
that-
not saying if he was with.
But I don't know if I ever caught him in that $30 spot. Do they still have
Oh,
that?
shit, nah,
You
I
know
don't
the
know
little
nothing
spot on
about that. I
14th
don't-
Street?
I don't know the little
That
nasty.
hotel is a hotel. It used
Yeah,
to
they
be.
used to be. It's
Oh,
on the
you know,
11th.
oh, Danny, oh!
11th Avenue.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Yo,
know.
when I was a kid,
I know.
it's a short stay, short stay Danny. Yeah.
I know very well because half of my employees used to go there all the time. The cleaner. The cleaner.
I want to say it was called like
not-
Liberty or
it's not
something.
anymore.
It was off the 12th Ave or 11th.
Yes,
or
it's
something.
on
23rd.
14th
On the
in the
west
West
side.
Side Highway. It's just, it's on its own.
Oh, right in the corner.
Right on the corner.
Not even, and you can't even say a quarter. It's just
Isolated
on its
building.
own.
It ain't there no more.
No, I never been there.
Oh, that's a little. Oh, I forgot you had bread.
It was a rundown place for you.
Bread.
Go
Okay,
make
yeah.
300
You don't
just
get
for
the
the
payout,
night.
boo. Don't worry about
Even
it.
out. Yeah.
This was the shorts, $30.
Oh man,
Nasty
I
joint.
thought that was like a museum or something.
Nah, it was a hotel. Yeah, that's
Hold on, I have a question for actually
That's-
for
that's
all
it.
of you, right?
In and out, no pause.
Even you, right? I mean, we are all in some kind of limelight, all right? And yes, we are kind of like I'm not gonna say a target, but we are considered a good catch, right? How do you keep that balance when you have all this coming?
Talking about the
towards you?
ladies?
Yes. How do you?
Ask Sneaky Man.
This is the question I'm posing to everybody.
Sneaky Man just knock him down. That's it. He just like, all right, I know what you want, boo. But you guys just
It's like if I start dealing with you, dealing with the woman, she's looking at me like, oh, is everything gonna be all right? I don't know. I'm gonna have that kind of, I don't know.
That's game right there.
Yeah, it may
Sneaky Man.
game. It may be
know what I'm
game.
saying?
It may be game.
From
But
the
I'm
millennium,
listen. No, to be honest though, back in my days, yeah, I didn't care. I was just like whatever. Now I'm a lot more standoffish. I'm real picky, and for me, even if I see somebody I like in a club or somewhere or whatever a lounge, I won't say anything. I watched them.
Sniper.
Right.
That's
You
what
watch
Sniper
'em.
do.
No, really, you watch them. You see who they're talking to. You see what they're doing. You see what they're
Right.
drinking, and then I might not say anything, and I'll leave it up to to heavens for it to happen again. Now, if I see them again, I'm watching a little bit, and then I might go in. But I always want to know, and then too, a lot of times it's I want to be able to know that somebody knows you, because I need to be able to, if I need to
Fact check,
or I need to, something happen, whatever, because again, women, I can change your life.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
Hello.
it's like,
Talk that shit,
I'm
King.
dealing with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't bring nobody home.
Right.
Like the first night, I don't do no one nights, none of that. Cause I don't trust nobody.
Change your
I
life.
don't trust anybody.
Talk.
Especially today. What they do today? Every the phone.
Right away, 10 seconds.
I had I knew her though. So she wound up coming to the crib. She had to leave the next day, right? This is a story way back. And I wound up having
You mustn't get the memo. The
I
rules.
wound up having a basketball. It was like a Tiffany's basketball, right? So she got up. I'm laying around. She got up and whatever.
No, she ain't
Got her
still
stuff.
Tiffany back.
No, she didn't steal it. Well, she didn't
Yeah,
steal it.
I'm
What
just
she
asking
did
where you
was
going.
she didn't steal it all. What she did, she took a picture with it,
Just
Yeah.
she was there.
Yeah. That's
and I saw it on social media like
right. Yeah.
days later, and I was like, "When she do that?" Because I don't,
Yeah, right.
So I'm very and I now sometimes I be. If I gotta know you, I'm saying like you come over, even if you come over once, come over twice, I still don't really trust you. So I'm hiding all my shit, hiding everything, hide my wallet over here, this over there, this over there, to the point when I wake up in the morning, damn, where did I put that shit?
Look at stashed it from yourself.
Had that.
Many times. Tell you what time I stashed. I think it was like 10 grand or something. He asked me for a Louis bag.
The Louis bag. He said I ain't had his bag. You want this bag? So let me get it. I get the bag, go through it. It was a 10-pack in there. $10,000 in this Louis bag. I said, I gotta call him, but he might be trying to line me up to see if I'm gonna call him and let him know what type of niggas he's these. So I said, so you got 10,000 in his bag. He said, I didn't touch this bag in years. I said, so you who leaves 10,000 in a bag and just forget about it and not even look for it? He didn't even realize it was there.
Totally forgot.
I said, so how many more of these you got laying around?
So now anytime I'll make sure I look through my stuff before. Somebody.
Story about baby, Cash Money. He was somebody told me this story. I forgot who told me, but long story short, he said he got in the back of his car, and they were driving, whatever, and then you know how you got the thing that when you could slip stuff in.
The little back behind the seat.
Like
Like little department, little magazines, you push it. Yeah.
He's in the back. It's just kind of hanging out. So, sent out fucking $1 million check. He says, "Yo, do you know this is back here?" Oh shit, I forgot.
Who forgets $1 million check? Like $1 million sitting right there.
I figured a $10 check. Yeah, fuck it. All right.
That goes back to that. Like I'm trying to figure it out.
You can't spend it.
Yeah. You just if you leave $1 million there,
I said, wow.
it's levels.
It's levels.
$1 million check. So now you got the big fashion show coming up. You want to talk about the fashion show? When is it? And the date?
All right, so it's on February 15. It's
The day after
Valentine's.
Yes, in Harbor on 46th Street.
In Manhattan.
In Manhattan.
Okay.
I think it's.
Do you know the address?
It's just the club is called Harbor. It's on 46th Street and
Harbor.
West Side Highway.
Okay, Harbor. There was 46
Right, the
and
big
West Side
ship
Highway.
is, yeah, right next to the big.
No,
ship.
just some people who listen, they may not know.
Between 11th and 12th.
11th.
46 years.
46th Street between 11th and 12th, February 15th.
February 15, and it's gonna be epic. I mean, I don't know when was the last time I slept, but I can't wait for. It's gonna be amazing entertainment. The line is incredible. The models are so good, and then the mix of celebrities that are gonna come. Some of them are gonna walk. Today I was talking to Remy. She wanted something, of course, that drags. I was able to design that for her. She's loving it. It's just a I think
Remy
it's gonna
Ma.
be yeah. You know, she's been a tremendous friend. She is like real. I mean, you know,
That's family. Shout out to Remy.
I'm switching gears.
Real one.
See, you like got the Averex stuff in your spot too. Did you get that from Averex? Do you make it? Like how did that come?
I get it from Averex, and I take pride in the fact that we just single-handedly took Averex and it became such a
Brought it back.
We brought it
Okay.
back. Yes, absolutely.
So what time is the fashion show?
The fashion show, there are two shows. The first show we are doing for the kids and families. So this is something new that we have done. So it will be the mother and daughter. It will be the husband, the wife, and the kid. So they are part of the first show. The first show is the first walk will be around 4, but will be done by 5:30. So that's that show. Then comes the part that you're gonna love, which is the second part, which is would probably start at 9. So the first collection will be the Farkini collection. So all the girls will be in the bikinis.
This is your part, your segment.
so we will start from there,
Great.
and then we go into the.
No, there's actually sneaky man section.
Actually, no, I know of somebody that's in the show.
Yeah, you see? Listen, America, right? Y'all think that I am this guy right here, and I want the camera to focus on him.
You said that.
If you think I'm like this guy is the master, like Master Splinter.
Ooh.
This is the creep Omega. I don't know what's the biggest. Omega is the biggest. What's bigger than Omega? I don't know. Super Omega.
That's
you
him?
understand? This guy right here. You understand? But where's your store?
The store is at 159 Orchard Street, the famous bargain district. So the historical Orchard Street.
Lower Manhattan.
Lower East Side of Manhattan. Yeah.
What time? What the times?
We open at 10 o'clock and
AM.
Yeah, 10 a.m. and we close. We're supposed to close at 7, but the way people keep on coming, sometimes we are there till 9 o'clock. So
It's a good problem.
yeah.
And then you just go in there and purchase
We
whatever
have a
you
factory right upstairs, so we do the custom stuff right there. We have some tables right there on the floor. You can see the whole process of how the coats are made. It's just an amazing experience.
want. Okay. Suge, what you got going on?
Well, everything is members club, custom made to order. So if you want to own your look and look different,
The man.
Suge also made, if anybody followed me, he made my birthday party outfit.
Right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
made my
You
birthday party.
don't see him look
I gotta see
that
that.
often. Yeah, he's playing.
I see that.
A beaded tuxedo.
He
I
did.
threw
do
a
my
beaded
birthday
tuxedo.
And
Yeah.
I said to him, I said this, because a lot of people get on me about my fashion sense. I'm not the fashion guy at all. I don't know nothing about.
At least you're being honest. At least you.
I like low. That's it, because I hate to keep promoting because everybody, you got to deal with him. I said no, it's just I'm just from Brooklyn and that's what we grew up on. Point blank, period. Yeah, it's nostalgic. We couldn't afford it when we was young. Now I got a couple dollars. I can get what I what I wanted. So I gave him 100% creative control over my outfit. I said from head to toe.
Head to toe.
I said socks,
Yeah.
everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
I think the only one thing he didn't put on me was my glasses. That's the only thing.
You came with his own glass.
That's the only thing.
And I said, you came with the wrong color because
He
you had
definitely
gold.
did, yeah.
Yeah, you had gold glasses with it. Everything was black and white. I said, you need silver.
on the page and
But
see that.
that's self though. If you leave it up to him, he's gonna.
He always
fuck
said
it up
it.
some way,
You
somehow.
know,
Like I could make. I learned this in the past. Like I could make him a full outfit. Then he'd come out with some crazy sneakers with it. I said, "Oh man!" So now I know you have to dress him really from head to toe, though. Yeah, you got to. I gave him the shoes this time. Yeah, I didn't fuck it up. But that's my guy. But we working on everything from Super Bowl right now to All-Star Weekend. So we just got finished with Grammys. So it's a busy time. It's a blessing. Then we have prom coming up. So your kids need prom outfits. We do all the tuxedos for the kids. Do gowns for the females. Summertime.
What's usually the turnaround time for the custom?
If you need it tomorrow, we'll have it tomorrow. It's just when you need it. You ready now? Get it done. So everything is in-house. So we have one of the biggest manufacturers in the States.
Wow.
There's only two, one in LA and one here. So shout out to 5001 Flavors. It's over 25 years in business. It's my mentor, Guy Wood, my partner as well. So, we moving out here though. So if you need it now, women, children, elderly, kids, it don't matter. We get it done. Everything is custom
What's
though.
your Instagram?
Sugs Way, SUGSWAY.
Got it.
The clothing line is Members Club, or the brand is Members Club. Follow me on there, and we gonna connect too though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna build. There's certain things that you already have done. I could, and I have come into your store.
lifted.
Like
Yeah,
I
you
spread the
did.
love.
Yeah, you did.
If I can't make it in time, and I know shoot is tomorrow, or I need to pull something, all right, call my brother. Like, I keep everything in the house. Like, and I called Tough one time. I said, I never really met Daniel, but let's go down. He took me down there one time, introduced, and then the next time I came, I said, it's for a client. That was the time I didn't really want to name drop who the chinchilla was for.
Yes.
I said, they need it, but they wanted me to bring it to Teterboro. But I don't really know him like that to say I need a chinchilla.
Yeah.
This is not asking for a fox.
10 grand, 15
To say, let me hold this fox and take it to this client to see if he like it. He want a full length chinchilla dragging to the floor.
That's about 20 grand. So.
Yeah, I'm walking out the store to say off a good faith, like, but relationships is everything.
Yes.
So I just want to open that door
Yeah, no,
with the
I was
man.
very cordial with him, and we were talking about it that day. I remember.
Right.
And I didn't even know that much about him like I know today. So.
But that's why we here though, and that's what we salute Selfus
In my apartment.
in your apartment for letting us in. And not to say, I've been to a lot of H apartments. I grew up in H apartments. It was nothing like this. I grew up in 10H. My H apartment wasn't
Same thing.
clean as this.
I didn't know who he was, but I knew he was somebody. That's
Right.
one thing. It's interesting that people that are successful in life, whether it's an athlete, whether it's a entrepreneur, and even they can be dressed up regular in a blue jean and a white T-shirt, but there's something about them that tells you that
They own in the room.
different.
Right.
They don't have to wear a Louis Vuitton. They don't have to wear a Prada. It's about how they talk, how they carry themselves. That you feel when you are in the field long enough that you can identify that no, this person is different.
Salute. That's respect. Yeah, but that's something that's within, and that reflects my brand as well. You don't have to be nobody, but you're gonna be somebody when you walk in that room. You're gonna carry yourself. It's you feel confident. When you get fresh, you feel confident. You feel good about yourself. How you felt on your birthday?
I felt good.
All right. Respectful.
Yeah, everybody liked this. He weathered the storm because he would have have it. You understand what I'm saying?
And he kept it in his back of his mind. So all they gonna say is, yeah, you look like a Harlem nigga. You look like an uptown nigga. You let them uptown niggas dress you. But he didn't hear that this year.
Yeah.
Because usually a lot of his birthdays, I switch it up though. It depends.
when is your
Where you going? I
It
know
was the
how you-
beginning of the year.
Also, it's in court.
Yes, that happened already. Yeah,
Yeah, it was in January.
yeah. I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
You tell me where you going. I'm gonna tell you how to
You're an
dress.
Aquarius too.
No, I'm Capricorn.
You the last day when? I thought you was an Aquarius.
I'm on the 12th. But usually, I usually do my parties 2 weeks after.
Yeah, no, because
maybe
I'm
you-
always at the same time
What Aquarius and fire?
Obi he needed a week and a half, at least 2 weeks to
promote it. Okay, yeah. I know
why-
we always
that's why
yeah.
I'm always-
Yeah, always celebrate together. Yeah.
But y'all never
I thought you was
celebrate on your
Aquarius.
actual birthday anyway.
Yeah, right. Never.
That's the creeping them. See, you're never gonna know my exact date.
You cannot. 'Cause, the girl want to hang out with you on your birthday.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
today my birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's the
saying?
week.
I thought it was yesterday. No, it's today. You get the special day on my birthday, boo.
But no, I wanna thank Jay for kicking down the door for us, man.
Absolutely.
Showing us it's possible. It could be done. You could start your own brand.
It's a role model here. So.
You don't have to follow what we known of watching. People of us can do it.
True.
And you paved the way for us, man. And you definitely one of my inspirations and a mentor of mine. Always, my
feel the
brother.
same way.
Salute.
So what you got going on now?
Like I said, fashion, FUBU, of course, still. I started a streaming service for its Bias Network, distributed everywhere, every platform from will be soon to be YouTube channel as well. Apple, it's gonna be on Pluto. It's gonna be in every single platform.
Out the world. It's everywhere.
Everywhere, literally.
From Mars to
that
right.
part. That part. So
This is new. This is new.
this is new. This is new. This is new.
Because I know I'm in the middle of what you're promoting, but
05.
can you explain the different patches? Is Chanel?
Chanel.
Okay. So and then are these the patches or how? Because
No, it's direct embroidery with Chanel patches.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just asking because some people, a lot of times, let's say me, I want the towel. You understand? You know what I'm saying?
I want the towel.
Yeah, I want the towel. You understand what I'm saying?
And the patches, even cost a lot of money. That's hard to produce in the
These are
States.
expensive patches.
So if
It's expensive patches.
Chanel is very expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
Yes.
Well, and
And then you got a lot of hits on there with Chanel. So
yeah.
The very
Lot-
expensive
yeah.
hoodie. Okay.
It's an expensive hoodie.
Yes.
I'm trying.
I'm sorry. Let's get back to what you
No, just that, Forest Bias Network. You can, download forestbias.com and go there, whatever, or go to my Instagram, letter J period Alexander Martin. It tells you everything I'm doing.
In a reality show too on that network.
I got
You
show coming
got like a
out
creep show, like for the females. Still, I think I saw something.
I got a show called Side Chicks. So
Okay.
15 years.
not the needs to say I'm getting a lot of flack on it, but it is what it is. Ain't nobody safe though.
Ain't nobody.
I saw some promo. That's what made me. It caught my eye.
LA's version is coming out in 2 months.
Oh, I would love to watch that. I don't even watch TV, so.
It's Side Chicks.
Chicks. Side chicks in LA.
Hey, yeah. That's drama. That's dope.
Bro, everybody got a side chick. I don't hear it.
Okay.
Everybody.
Not me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Controversy sells.
So if someone wants to purchase FUBU now, how could they get it? Do they go to the store? Is it online?
Well, store or FUBU.com.
FUBU.com.
Yeah, it'll tell you if you want to go to the store or if you want to just buy it online. It's all there.
Okay, so it's online, FUBU.com.
It's FUBU.com.
All right, because I do want to buy. You know what I really want? I want like the older Fat Albert collection. Like,
Nah, we don't have that. We can't do that. Because it's license over.
oh, the license is over. Oh.
That was what's up.
If you really want it, you can go online and like people do that thrifting thing where you
Yeah, somebody sells.
everybody has it already has it and has a like in the wrapper.
That's the only way.
Buy from there. That's a lot of people. That's because I see some stuff. I'm like, well, when did you just buy that yesterday? It's not I bought it online. It's like, oh, all right.
One of my classic pieces was I did a photo shoot and like right on back in the days, but it was the cream and orange, the full baseball jacket.
Yeah.
It's all cream with the orange sleeves.
Yeah.
And the FUBU across the front. No, but it's like baseball material, like how Yankee.
Okay.
It was like a varsity.
Varsity, yeah.
But it's like how the varsity Yankee jackets is, but you had them in different colors, blue. You had it in orange.
Yeah, I was
classics, but
I was called the color guy. I can create so many different. It was weird. I had so many colors. We to a point when we had the football jersey, we got a cease and desist from the NFL because we were selling too many jerseys.
Yeah, I remember it was 05. It's
05. We had those too. I had that in
jerseys.
Wow.
And they was like, look, you're doing colors similar to us. You can't do that. So then that's when I went really crazy because I was like, I can't do those colors. Now I'm going to do stuff that nobody has. And I was flipping like you. I was flipping them. Sold 1 million jerseys.
Wow. And the 05 was, not to cut you off, the 05 was the year
you started.
Or what was the 05 significance?
It's just, I like the number. See, I liked 5 because back then, a lot of the players, the good players, were with number 5. But 5 didn't look right by itself. So we put 005.
That's why I got 88. It was like a get money year.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in that.
Also, this had nothing. 05 is just
05 ain't got nothing to do with it.
Why?
nothing. Doing that.
No, they still got 05. That is. Yeah, it came out.
Nobody can use 05. Nobody can use 05. It's trademark.
You can pad in 05.
Trademark.
For clothing.
Yeah, for clothing. Nobody can use it.
Wow.
It's like nobody can use Forest Bias. Nobody can do nothing. Like nobody, because we own it. Well, I own it.
Salute.
Wow.
Let me show you every day. I want to know.
Now it's time to kick y'all out of my house.
We comfortable. You see them kicked up over here, man.
I never thought you fucking
We drinking. You done fed us.
Chicken man.
No, I don't got nothing, man. I'm about to go to a nightclub. Y'all got to get out of here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
So I done got.
All right?
Yeah, we done got comfortable and shit. This ain't
Guys,
the average H apartment out there.
my Instagram also. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. Tell them.
Guys, it's Daniel's Leather. Check it out. We got like almost 1,200 designs on our Instagram page, and the website is dl-nyc.com. So check it out.
All right, now you got to get out of my house.
Oh, shit.
You bring no level. Gotta go.
I'm so lit.
We coming to support, though. We be
Yeah, please, yeah.
fashion show and everything.